is for all of you out there, one day you will find yourself being the oldest person in the room. So I was born in 1952. So if you do the math there, when you talk about 50-year-old trans women or 70-year-old trans women, here I am. I wrote two speeches and I couldn't decide which one to do, so I'm going to do a mixture of them both. So first I want to mention, for those of you who care about being in a relationship and all that, it can happen because my wife is here and we've been married almost 50 years. She's known about me for most of those years. But of course, she found out by accident. So I was so afraid of what would happen. And she thought I was cheating on her. I won't tell you all the story. But when I said, well, it's really not that, but let me tell you what it is. And she said, well, at least you're not cheating on me, and everything was fine. So I was born in a housing project. I was raised in a housing project. Anyone know Cabrini Green Housing Project? So imagine being trans and growing. I'm sorry. Imagine being trans and growing up there. So anyway, I was not able to express myself there because you wouldn't live to be 22. So my sister dressed me as a girl when I was 4 years old, and I remember thinking, this feels right to me. This feels like what I should be. And I love being with the girls. My parents bought me a doll of all things when I was like 3 or 4, a great big doll that I named Joe. And I went everywhere with that doll. So I always loved those kinds of things. I played double dutch with the girl, all that stuff. But I couldn't really be out. So when I went away to school, I learned more about different kinds of people and all that. I started just learning to be more myself. When I graduated later on, I came out to my roommate, and the revelation there was he just said, "Oh, fine," and that was the end of it. It didn't bother. So that's the first person I came out to. I worked in a very conservative industry for many years, and I didn't feel I could come out, but they had an event. I used to work in sales, and had an event where they wanted us all to play these different roles, and they gave me a female role. And I said, "Oh, I can do that." So I did it so well. I actually won a prize, but they forced me out of the company because the person who later became my boss was not pleased, and they forced me out of the company. I wasn't out to the company at the time. But anyway, I had to get another job. So later on, I retired, and I sing. I sing as a hobby, and I sing in a group of about 70 people, and they become my family, even though they're not my blood family, because I have nothing to do with my siblings. People talk about problems in their families being accepted. That was my situation. So my family is really my friends. So this group is called the Buffalo Grove Singers. They're my adopted family, and they love me like my family never did. So a couple of years ago, I was in a situation where I felt I needed to come out to them. And it really was the scariest thing I've ever done, because had they rejected me, I don't know what I would have done. So in a series of moves, I came out to them, and they've been wonderful. They've been supporting me all the way through. But one of the other stories I wanted to tell was, before I came out to them, I learned of this parade you have here, Aurora Pride Parade. And there's someone named Molly Pinta. Anybody know Molly Pinta? Yeah. She saw that parade and said, we should have this kind of parade in Buffalo Grove, near where I live. I was afraid to be out at that parade. So the first year, I went there as a boy because I was afraid. And then, but the Pinta family was so out and so aggressive with being themselves, I felt ashamed about not coming out. So I came out to everyone, and I've been involved in the parade, and I've been involved in all kinds of things. So I'm very out to just about everyone now, and it's been good. So my story for everyone is, first of all, I feel really so sad for anyone who's had to endure things that you shouldn't have to endure, because you have a right to be you. Yes. They have no right to tell you that you're wrong for being who you were born to be. The heck with them. I would use other words, but the heck with them. Be you. That's all you can be, is you. So bad on them for not letting you be who you are. Shine your light wherever you can. So, and I guess for all of you who worry about what may happen, it doesn't have to be a bad ending. It doesn't have to be negative things. Fight to be who you are and just keep fighting. That's my story. Thank you so much.